And now I'm joined by Clay Holmes. Clay, unbelievable start to the season for you. When you look at it as a whole, what do you think has led to this amount of success?
Man, I think it's, I had a really good offseason, coming to spring training with some, really clear objectives, things I needed to accomplish. And, I think it's just a product of taking it one day at a time and focusing on the things I need to focus on. And those days are starting to add up. I think I have a lot of good coaches and resources around me and to help me kind of stay on the path. And, I'm just taking it one day at a time and keep my head down and going to work.
How much confidence are you throwing with right now with the way that sinker's coming out?
The sinker, it feels good. It's obviously kind of my bread and butter, and I know when that's right. I can throw it in the zone and get ahead of hitters, and I think that's just allowing me to kind of be free up there, and I'm getting into good counts and mixing in some sliders because of some count leverage, and it's a good feeling when you're ahead in the count and you can get a ground ball or put somebody away when you need to.
When you hear your teammates say that's the nastiest they've seen you as far as your repertoire is concerned after an outing, what does that mean to you? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I guess some days are a little better than others, and I was definitely I guess by the reaction it was a pretty good day, and it's just one of those moments where I come in with some guys on against the Orioles there, and I knew I needed to make some pitches, and obviously I faced two good hitters there with Henderson and Rushman coming in. I knew I had to get ahead and bring my best, and I think I look forward to those challenges of whatever situation it is to try to be out there and help seal a victory.
Do you think it was the best you've ever thrown?
I don't know. It's tough to say. I feel like there's always little things that can be better, but I definitely feel like overall I'm trending in a pretty good direction, and things they felt pretty good that day.
Aaron Boone has used you multiple times this year for more than 3 outs. How does your approach change, if at all, when you know you're going to be pitching a little bit more than you're typically asked?
Not much. I think generally I take it one batter at a time, and if you try to get all 3 outs or all 5 outs with one batter, things can kind of get away from me a little bit. So I just come in and really just take the inning out of it, take the how many outs I'm having to get out of it, and focus on one batter, and you get that guy and go to the next. I think it just kind of simplifies my mindset, and it allows me to be the most effective, because typically if you're getting more than 3 outs, those other 2 outs are pretty important, so you can't really get ahead of yourself.
How do you stay calm when you have runners on in the 9th inning with the game on the line?
I think it's just believing in what you can do. Obviously, I work hard at the craft and what I do, and ultimately it's trusting my pitches, and when I'm out there just controlling what I can control. And I think when I do that, it puts me in the best position to be my best and execute at the highest level when things matter the most.
11 saves so far this season, but when you look at the bullpen as a whole, you guys have been good collectively. How much pride does each guy in that bullpen take in putting up zeros?
Yeah, we have a lot of great arms down there. It's been fun to be a part of. A lot of guys that we definitely feed off each other and the momentum that some of us are pitching with, and we like to learn from each other. There's always good conversations, and just a good group. We keep it loose, keep it fun, and when our name's called, we all take a lot of pride in taking the ball and doing the absolute best we can. And I feel like when you can have that attitude, as a group, as a whole, I think it allows everybody down there to be the most successful.
Tell me about those conversations. Take me back to the bullpen before you guys come in. Who's keeping it light out there?
I don't know. I mean, obviously Hark's been down there a long time, and he's really good down there, and just kind of like leading the way of kind of setting the tone, setting the mood. A great bullpen coach. He knows how to just make people feel comfortable and feel like they're ready. But obviously, I guess, one of the sneaky, quiet guys that's been pretty funny down there is Victor. Didn't say a lot, early on, but, he started to kind of come out of the shell a little bit, and he's been fun getting to know and to hang out with down there.
Generally speaking, baseball has been very, very kind to you, but I did read that back in the day, you were 16 years old with a nice white F-150, and things went horribly wrong, Clay. Tell me about it.
Man, you did some digging. I think I just turned 16, maybe 4 days before that. Brand new white, F-150, and, went to school and parked kind of near the baseball field, the dugout, because I knew I was getting out of school, that's where I'd be. We had a tornado come through while we were in school. It ripped the dugout off, or the roof, the dugout off our baseball field, and it landed, right on my truck. Every other vehicle was, nothing happened to it. It was just my truck with the dugout roof on it, totaled it. I had to go looking for a new truck.
You'd think valedictorian of the class, you would have had weather situated, you would have known which way it was going to blow, you would have been out of the way, but was not to be, something tells me. You're okay now, though.
Yeah, some things are just meant to be, I guess. I don't know. It wasn't my truck.
Thankfully, you were not in the truck, Clay. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.